Ladies and gentlemen, today we have a very interesting video. We have some new Pokemon Winds and Waves leaks that just kind of lay out some very interesting stuff, like new Pokemon, new types, new legendaries, all that good stuff. There's also a way that you can play one of the best and newest JRPGs out there 100% for free. That's crazy. You know, this sounds fake, but I'm telling you the truth here. You can play one of the best JRPGs on the Switch 2 for free. We have some Switch 2 updates, a second Metroid leak, and potentially some evidence of Halo coming over to the Switch 2. So let's go and get right into this video. Yeah, that was quite an intro because I just kept remembering, oh, I gotta talk about this, but there's also that, but there's also this. And the crazy thing is there was like another 5 things I could have put in this video, but I'll save it for, tomorrow or something. So we have a very exciting video. So before we get started, if you could hit a like and subscribe, that would truly mean the world to me, truly. I mean, this is my cat, like right there. Do you really want to disappoint her? What kind of person are you? Also, follow me on Instagram and Twitter so we can keep the communities growing. And let's just go ahead and get right into this one. So let's start with some Pokemon Winds and Waves leaks. And the reason why this is so interesting to me, I'm a lifelong Pokemon fan. I've played pretty much all the games. So Pokemon is awesome. It had some bad times on the Switch. I played all the games on the Switch and I did enjoy them, but there was a lot more that they definitely could have did. And it seems with Pokemon Winds and Waves, that's what we're getting, because you got to remember, allegedly Pokemon Winds and Waves is not even coming to the Switch 2 until fall of 2027. So these leaks today, very, very promising. So number 1, Pokemon Winds and Waves box art legendaries play a bigger role in both gameplay and story than ever before. And that's awesome because, legendary Pokemon are awesome, but they're normally like almost in-game, or you'll see them in the beginning of the game, then not until the end of the game again. And then once you catch them, you're like, well, I've already kind of beat the game here. So having them play a bigger role throughout the game sounds amazing. The legendaries are getting new forms directly tied to the Gen 10 battle gimmick, which is allegedly going to be something with the weather. A large number of other Pokemon are getting new forms related to this battle gimmick as well, and that sounds awesome. Some of these new forms may end up as DLC for Pokemon Winds and Waves, and that does not sound awesome. Now the crazy thing is, I have even more leaks about new Pokemon for Pokemon Winds and Waves. Allegedly there's a bird Pokemon, possibly including pirate thieves and a wooden leg. That sounds freaking awesome. A kangaroo Pokemon, again, that sounds awesome. I can't believe they haven't done that yet. A Komodo dragon Pokemon. Again, how have they never done this? A longed beak Pokemon, a tapir Pokemon, a rabbit Pokemon, possibly female with ties to the moon, and a knobbed hornbill Pokemon. So, if any of this is true, this sounds amazing. Obviously, we have to wait until fall of 2027. But from what we've seen so far, it seems like Game Freak is really listening, and I think we're going to be in for a treat. Now, earlier when I was saying you can play one of the best and newest JRPGs 100% free, I was not kidding, but there's a caveat here. You only have until July 12th to do this. And the game I'm talking about is Trails in the Sky First Chapter, which is a remake of the first Trails game. I have never played these. I am a diehard JRPG fan. I'm actually currently replaying Final Fantasy VII Remake on the Switch 2. So this is a game I eventually want to get to. It's just like, I have so many other games I'm currently playing. So the way you're able to play this for free is this is going to happen between July 6th and July 12th. And July 6th is the day this video is coming out. And the way you're able to do this is through the Nintendo Online free trials, where they'll let you play a game as much as you want between a week period. But this is only for the Japanese eShop. So what's interesting here is you don't need to have a Japanese debit card or email address, or I don't even know how you would have a Japanese email address. What the hell am I talking about? You don't have to have anything in Japan. You can just set your eShop account to the Japanese eShop account. It's actually very easy to do. You can do this for other regions as well. Like a lot of people do it for Australia, and then they get to play games a day early. So all you have to do is set your account to a Japanese account, and then you can download this trial 100% free and play it unlimited until July 12th. And I'm being honest, like if you dedicate the time to it and you don't have anything else to do, you could beat this entire game for free, and that sounds awesome. And the last quick update I want to get to before we get to some other news, there's a couple articles going around right now that I kind of want to respond to, and this is in response, I guess, to the whole PlayStation news and just that nightmare going on. There's an article that says Nintendo is unlikely to abandon physical, say analysts, as retail has leaned into Nintendo support more and more. And right off that, just that first statement is 100% true. If I go to the Target across the street from my house, or the Walmart, or any place that sells physical games, Nintendo is always like the dominant force. I'm not even saying this for the sake of this video. At the Walmart across the street from my house, there used to be an Xbox area, a PlayStation area, and a Nintendo area. They completely took out the Xbox area at my Walmart. Like, they still sell the games, but they're just at the end of a shelf now. And they added Nintendo stuff to 2 aisles. So like the regular Nintendo aisle, and now where the Xbox stuff was. So Nintendo is still dominating in retail. Number 2, I think it might have been somebody responding to this article. And what I read was somebody saying, Nintendo still looks at themselves basically as a toy company. And toys are physical objects, you know? So yes, they're obviously a gaming company. They want you to be able to hold the stuff in your hands, display it, show it off. I'm sure they don't care much about like the resale market and the secondhand market, but Nintendo technically is a toy company. So do I think they're going all digital? Not anytime soon, but you know, I've had this theory for a while now that whenever we do get the Nintendo Switch 2 Lite to be able to save money on it, I do think that's probably going to be an all digital console. And as much as I like physical games, if only the Switch 2 Lite is all digital, you know, it kind of is what it is. I could see Nintendo going all digital maybe in 15 years or something, when that's just what the industry standard is. But I think they're definitely going to be the last ones holding out physical for the longest time. Now, there was something else I was reading that was in response to this article saying Nintendo pays 3 times the price PlayStation does to make physical games, but they're still out here doing it. And yeah, we give them a lot of shit for game key cards. But now seeing what PlayStation's doing and seeing all the third-party support we're getting on the Switch 2, I mean, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I'm trying to think of some of these games that are just massive. There's some others that I'm sure I'm forgetting right now. But a lot of these games have to be on game key card, or it's strictly only digital. But as far as I know, Nintendo is only making like 64 gigabyte cartridges so far. Like, that's the biggest. We are getting smaller sizes. But until they're able to make something bigger, which, with the way, you know, storage and memory and just all the prices right there are so insane, I don't even know if that's even going to be a possibility this generation at all. So I'm saying all of that to say this, basically. Nintendo gets a lot of shit for a lot of reasons. And while I'm a Nintendo fan, you know, like first and foremost, I think it's right to call out practices when they're not great, when they're not consumer friendly. And yeah, game key cards. I wasn't happy about them, but this being the alternative, I think I'll take it. Now, a few days ago, we got a new leak for potentially a new 2D Metroid, right? It doesn't say 2D Metroid, but all the signs are pointing towards that. And on top of that, am I just dumb? I don't know how to read. You know, I didn't go too far in high school. I think the last grade I completed was 9th grade because I was getting in trouble a lot as a youth. But I try to learn and I read a lot of books. Is ravenous not a word? Ravenous? What is a word? Metroid ravenous? Metroid ravenous? I can't remember what I said in the video, but somebody said, good video, but the way you're pronouncing that is driving me insane. And I'm sitting here to ask you how to pronounce it. I guess just type out how it sounds in the comments. Regardless, we have this new Metroid game that was leaked out directly from Nintendo, getting the game rated through Brazil, which makes me think, well, this game is probably going to be coming out this year, right? I think they sent them over like 24 minutes of gameplay or something. I'm doing this off memory. I'm pretty sure it was like 24 minutes of gameplay, and it got rated mature or for teens or whatever. So that is exciting because I think Metroid Dread is arguably the best Metroid game of all time. Obviously one of the best Metroidvanias. In my opinion, 2D Metroid is better than 3D Metroid. I know it's like a preference, but that's just how I feel. But allegedly, that's not all the new Metroid we are getting. And this is actually coming from Andy Robinson, which is industry insider, I guess, you know, not like a actual leaker. So Andy Robinson on Metroid Ravenous, who knows? You probably do. More than one of these are coming, I'm told. We're eating Metroid fans. That sounds amazing. I think Nintendo obviously seen the response to Metroid Dread. It's the best-selling Metroid game of all time, I think. And, you know, I think that game was in development for like 17 years. I'm sure not the entire time, but from start to finish, like it was an idea, then they worked on it, then it was canceled or whatever. It was like a 17-year ordeal. I feel like when they made Metroid Dread, they immediately started on the next Metroid game, probably reusing some assets or whatever. And then this new one is going to be a Switch 2 exclusive, but they probably made like 2 or 3 of these at a time, I feel like. Like, I don't know what goes into game development, but I feel like all things considered, it feels like the game they could have knocked out in a year or whatever, you know? I'm sure I'm being crazy by saying this, but it just feels like something they worked on multiple at once. That's what I'm trying to say here. So could you imagine we get one this year, then they drop another one next year or whatever? The point is, it seems like more than one 2D Metroid game is on the way, and that's amazing. What I think it could possibly be is we get this new Metroid game and also a Metroid remake, which has been rumored for quite a while now. And the last thing I want to talk about is something that I just have a theory for, and this theory actually comes directly from Xbox, and it's about the new Halo game that is being remade, which it looks so damn good, truly so good, you know. I don't really have a lot of attachment to a lot of Xbox stuff, like Fable. I grew up playing that and I really enjoyed it, but Halo, it's just so many memories of my childhood, and to be able to play that on the Switch 2 would be amazing. I know it's coming to PlayStation 5, but when we seen the trailer, there was no mention of the Switch 2. If this is not going to be an Xbox exclusive, then yeah, get this on every platform you possibly can. Make that money. It just makes sense. So I'll show you the post, and then there's one thing they just say in there, and it's like, that could be, I know what it's pointing towards, but that could be pointing towards the Switch 2 as well. So I think they actually posted this the same day that the PlayStation news had came out, because they were like, kind of, you know, sneak dissing a little bit. Halo Campaign Evolved drops this month. Learn what to expect from this launch in our latest Q&A. Physical disc. Okay, that's a little sneak dissing right there, but I'm all here for it. I'll be honest, I don't know what that other word is. Machinima mode? Maybe? I don't know. Handheld optimization, classic physics. The thing I'm highlighting right here, handheld optimization. Yes, I know there is the Xbox Ally, whatever the hell it's called. I know that's what they're talking about here. But if this game is already being optimized for handheld, and this game is obviously going to be able to be played on the Xbox Series S, yeah, this could easily run on the Switch 2 then. And if it's not an exclusive to Xbox, why the hell would you not want it on the Switch 2? So I think this is just a theory, right? And I get that. At that next big Nintendo Direct, October, September, I think this is going to show up on the Switch 2, because that's about the time that the next Call of Duty will be coming to the Switch 2, I think in November, something like that. So I could see us getting like 3 or 4 big Microsoft games on the Switch 2 for the holiday season, and I think this is definitely going to be one of them. But ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about this? Because your opinion matters most. So in the comments below, you know, I would love to hear from you guys. And yeah, let me know what you guys are thinking. And if you made it all the way to this part of the video, if you could do me a favor, hit a like and subscribe on the way out. Remember, you don't want to disappoint my cat. That would be so damn messed up if you did that. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter so we can keep the community growing, and consider becoming a channel member because that is the ultimate way to support. And you guys know me. I'll see you very soon with a new video. Peace.